And good morning. I'm in Edinburgh Waverley, my favourite place, well, one of my favourite stations at least, in my favourite country, because I do love Scotland. It is freezing, like even with this thick jacket and this varsity jacket on underneath. I am so cold, so I'm hoping a shop will open soon where I can get a pair of gloves and a hat, because even though I haven't had my hair cut, I'm freezing, so it's a good thing I didn't get my hair cut yesterday, which I was originally planning on doing. Today we're going to do some videos of my favourite spots in Scotland. So we're in Edinburgh for now. I'm not taking any trains out of Edinburgh until about 10 o'clock, because then I can use my rail card and get a bit of better discounts. Edinburgh Castle is up there. I don't know if you can pick it up on the microphone, but it's cold wind. It is really chilly. So hopefully a shop will open soon where I can get a hat. Right, got a hat. It's so much better. It is still really windy, but having a hat makes all the difference. Got it from a shop over there, just behind one of the many buses, called Great Scott, which is an excellent name, just reminds me of Back to the Future. I'm currently next to Princess Street Gardens, which looks really nice. Like, really strange, it's really peaceful. You don't get those sort of parks near where I live in Buckinghamshire. Some of them you do, some of them you don't. Here is the National Galleries of Scotland. Just notice this. I'm hoping you can see that well. Presented to the City of Edinburgh by the staff of Marks and Spencer's, Edinburgh in 1984 to mark the company's centenary. This relief was crafted to enable people with impaired vision to enjoy the grandeur of the city. Wow. It's actually really cool, that is. And now we're going to walk up towards the castle. Just down, oh, there's even more of the park. I would show, but the sun's shining right against me, and if I point it that way, you're just going to get a massive lens flare. That noise you can hear is a train leaving Edinburgh Waverley. But yeah, castle. There's a few different ways you can walk up to the castle. You can either walk up the very famous Royal Mile. You can obviously walk this way, that way, this way. The way I've decided to do it, because I'm a muppet, is go up a road called Mound Place, which I don't know if you can tell from the road behind me. It's really steep and windy. I did this last year when I came with my girlfriend, and we walked down it, not up it, and we had to basically hold on to each of these because it was also heavy rain that day. So today is a blessed relief. Just realised I very much doubt you'll be able to see it, but just in between the buildings over there where the Union Jack flag is, you can see the Firth Fort. I like that, mainly because every day I've been here to try and do this, it's either been peeing it down with rain or I've come late in the evening when it's dark. So if it weren't for the wind, this would have been perfect. But yeah, walk up the steep hill. Edinburgh Castle's behind me. The Royal Mile is down that way. If you've played Forza Horizon 4, you'll recognise this, because this is the most expensive house you can buy in the game. And the gate's right in the middle. Again, if you've played the game, you know what I mean, but everyone would always race up the road down there to like get to the castle first, and you always go slamming into the gates and then you enter your house. It's always the case, isn't it? I don't think you could do that with the actual Edinburgh Castle. The annoying thing is, I don't know if I'll be here around 1 o'clock, but every day they have the 1 o'clock gun, where they'll literally fire a cannon off the top somewhere over there. You can't quite see it from where I'm stood. It's a naval tradition, basically. It used to be when you used to have boats in the harbour, you can see a really clear view of the Firth Fort over there, but in order to let the naval ships set their times correctly, at 1 o'clock exactly every day the gun would fire, and they would know it's 1 o'clock, and then they can set their onboard chronometers. Pretty cool. I need to get my camera out and try and take a picture of that view. That is the clearest view I can see all the way over to the other side of the Firth of Forth. I wish I can go in there, but I think it's fairly expensive. I think it's like 30 odd quid. One day I will, when I'm probably up here for more than a day. The wind's bearable, I've got the helm. I like this. This is somewhere you should visit. This is what I'm doing, visiting all of these places that I reckon you should visit. So I'm walking down the Royal Mile and I see this, Cameo Obscura and World of Illusion. I've lost my head. Huh. Interesting. Oh, I've gone missing. Hello. So we're on the Royal Mile, and I can't help but notice there's a shop over there called Thistle Do Nicely. And it just reminds me of the Two Ronnie sketch with the hieroglyphs, and it just goes Thistle Be Ace. Whiskey Trail. Another Heritage Scotland shop over there. Another one. National Library. Tell you one thing that you will not be short of looking for is pubs and Scottish gift shops. There's another one there. So there's, just in this one picture here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I've just looked in one up the top, 6, which is probably the biggest one I've ever looked in. It was huge. You've obviously got city sightseeing, which I think I'm gonna have to try one day, but they are like 20 something quid, I think. Like, I've always thought about doing the London ones, and they're just like Jesus. Not literally Jesus, but very expensive. Blinding. Halfway down the Royal Mile, you've also got Mercat Cross, which is really cool looking. But if you're a Harry Potter fan, you must see what I see. I just feel like, is it the same way all the way around? I just feel like if they put the little, like the urinal sinks, whatever it was, and if you spoke into it in Parseltongue, it would all expand out and the Chamber of Secrets would be revealed underneath it. I love the detail though, but it just gives me Chamber of Secrets vibes from Harry Potter. Okay, this is sort of worth having a laugh at. So, the castle is just up there, and obviously the road continues all the way down there. Now, in the time that I've walked from here to there, I've passed, I think, 13 of the Scottish gift shops that do all like the cashmere, they do all the little Nessie shops and everything. Just in, I'd say, 600 metres, about 13, 14. And as soon as you come round the corner, to walk down I think what they sort of nicknamed as Scotland's Diagon Alley. There's another one. There's another one. There's a Pizza Hut. Am I going to come around the corner and find another one? Oh, there's Nessie stuff in here. I may have to come here later. I always have to buy Nessie for my girlfriend. Oh, another one. That's what, 16 now I think we're on? Oh, 17. Oh, that's quite cool. Some colourful stuff in it. There's some very interesting cafes down there as well. Haggis and Whiskey House. Not a haggis fan. Harry Potter shop. I don't know if it's the same shop. No? Is it? No, I think it is the same shop. I do love the Scotland shops though. I'm not going to knock them, even though there is like a million of them. You can also tell that whiskey is quite popular here. Another funky looking cafe. There's a shop over here I have never seen before, and something's just caught my attention. Look at the size of that Nessie. Oh my god. Imagine my girlfriend, when next time we come to Edinburgh, she's going to say she wants that, and I don't know how we're going to explain getting that and a Caledonian Sleeper back down to England. Definitely not freaky at all. Look at it all. Wow. God, look at these places. They all look handmade, hand-woven in there. One of the steps you can walk down, but it's a little bit sketchy. We've got no more gift shops? Along this road at least, no. Bistro, breakfast, burgers and beer. That is a good mix. Apart from I wouldn't have the ice cream or the beer. The malt shovel. Some of the pubs along here look really nice. Classic great pub food. Not allowed anyone under 5. Fish and chips since 1860. Also, the tiny little red building there is a cafe. Yeah, explain to me how that works. Because imagine going there and asking for a bacon roll and everything. I laugh if I then go over there and find that they do a bacon roll. Right, we will be coming back to Edinburgh later, but as it is now 10:15, I can use my rail card on off-peak services in about 15 minutes. Now the plan is, I'm going to go to North Berwick later because the beach there is stunning. That's definitely on my favourite places to visit whilst in Scotland. We're going to go over to Glasgow next, and then from there, I don't know, I'm torn. Do I take the train down to Weems Bay? Well, hopefully get down to Weems Bay. Last time and the only time I went there, it was a heavy storm and it was so bad you couldn't step outside. B, have a nosy around Glasgow, because I haven't really looked around Glasgow much apart from to go on the subway. Or C, go out to Berwick to go out to the Loch. And the Loch is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Whatever I choose, I'm sure you'll see soon. And now we're on a ScotRail 334 for about an hour or so, about an hour and a half, to Glasgow Queen Street. I'm going to use the time there to then work out, do I have a nosy around Glasgow, do I go to Weems Bay, do I go to Berwick, which one I do first, which one I do second, which one I do last. It's possible I might get off at Queen Street, take the Glasgow subway, because it's quite fun and it's tiny, to Partick, and then take a train up to Berwick. I'm going to sneeze again.
We are now approaching Annie's Land. Please mind the gap when alighting from this train.
Right, we are at Berwick. The weather's still holding, which is good because I can feel the breeze coming on again, which is why this is back on. The station is just over there. I don't know if you can quite tell, but a train has just arrived. This is the one after the one that I got in. Just had some lunch from Lomond stores over there. If you've never been before, don't walk up there to McDonald's or go over there to Co-op or anything. Go there. It's a little shop, little like, there's only like 2 or 3 people working in there. But they also do hot food and that, so I've just had a bacon and cheese roll and ham and cheese toasty. Oh, it was so good. And it's like really decent pricing in there. Like, you'd think in places where there's a huge tourist attraction, like Loch Lomond is over there, we're going to go and have an explore. There's also sea life over there, which I keep meaning to go and have a look at, but not today. You would think, in like, if this was London, they'd up the price and be like, yeah, let's charge like £5 for a bacon and cheese roll or something. No, it's £2.50 for a bacon roll and then an extra 50p I think it is for cheese. So £3. It's a bargain. Anyway, let's go over to the loch. Look at all these. Some of them have got names on them. Oh. Dotted all along the place. These are little heart-shaped ones. Oh, they're everywhere. Huh. Well, I should have got one of these custom made or something. That's really cool. There we are. This is the River Leven next to us. I don't know if you can see it, but you can see the ripples. It's like a changing current. God, it's so weird. So many different like directions the water's flowing. But straight ahead, that view. There's a tiny bit of snow on top of the mountains. It's beautiful. Right, it is really beautiful here. I know there's a bench up ahead, and if I can get my actual DSLR set up, and then I can zoom in a bit more on the mountains to put into this video. So peaceful as well. The only noise you can really hear is there's a main road a few hundred metres away that way. But peaceful. The army of ducks. Noisy buggers. So this is the trail you can walk to from Berwick railway station towards the castle. There is a castle just up here, Berwick Castle. Now bear in mind it's obviously the end of February. Tomorrow is the 1st of March. Everything's obviously in its sort of winter state, and even yet it still looks amazing. Imagine this full bloom in summer. You've got the little streams running into the River Leven. Oh, I wonder if that means yes. And then you get little scenes that are perfect, and then you get tiny little waterfalls, which I've got to make sure I don't fall in. Look at that. giving me an idea, but it's a very stupid sounding idea. I'm going to get my camera down there, pointing at that. Huh. Marvellous. I'm hoping you can hear them. You can't. It just looks like I'm moaning a lot. A shot came out fairly well. It did take a bit of fiddling to get over to the other side, to then get down to the stream. Friendly dog. And then get the camera plugged down. And what was I saying? Oh yeah, getting the camera plonked down, put it into video mode, getting it at the right angle. And then climbing back over to then say like, hi. I played it back, you can kind of hear me. I'll see if I can do some sort of subtitles. If I can, great. If I can't, sorry. But we'll continue. Right, we're at probably the #1 spot on the reason for this video today. Is my favourite place to visit in Scotland. This exact place here. There's no noise, apart from obviously people walking past with their dogs. A nice breeze, but nowhere near as strong as it was this morning. There's a little bench, you've got this little wall here. The tide is a little bit higher. Last time when I was here, last year, you were sort of able to stand on this little bit on the inside here. So obviously the water level is a bit higher, probably to do with all the rainfall we've had. Now when you go all the way up that way, that's where you're going into like the Scottish Highlands. So if you ever take the Caledonian Sleeper, the Highland Sleeper up to Fort William, you go along that side of the loch, and on the rare occasions you can actually see right into the distance where the train is. I mean, I can see some cars right over there. There's no, again, you're not going to be able to see it on the camera. The only thing is, right on top of that mountain over there I can see snow, and I want to have snow. It's sad. I'm going to try and see if I can get some videos on this to put in where you can see over there a bit better. Look at the snow up there. Look how calm it is. This is my favourite place, not just in Scotland to visit, but in the whole of the UK. I suppose I could say the world, actually. I don't travel abroad. if you've been thinking about coming to Scotland, please do. I mean, the way I've done it today is taking a Caledonian Sleeper from London Euston up to Edinburgh. That was £50, but I did take a seat. I have got a rail card, but it's a 26 to 30. Caledonian Sleeper don't accept that particular rail card, but if you have a two together or a disabled persons or a 16 to 25 etc, they do accept it, so you can get it cheaper. You get into Edinburgh around, what time do I get in? About 7:20. If you're going to wait around to use your rail card, you have to wait until about 10 o'clock. So I then got the 10:08 service from Edinburgh to Partick, which is just on the sort of like inner suburbs of Glasgow, and then got the train from there to Berwick, if that's how you pronounce it properly. The train from Edinburgh to Glasgow with a railcard discount off peak is £9.80. To get from Glasgow to here, it's £4.45, I think it is, which makes me think, how is it a return here for a journey that from Glasgow to here is, I think it's about 50 minutes. The equivalent journey near where I live, 50 minutes, is £20 return. Explain that. Let's continue. Just up there is the castle. I don't know what's happening with it. The last 2 or 3 years I've been coming to Scotland, coming to the loch, it's always had scaffolding all around the scaffold fencing all around the outside of it. It is really small. It's not like that's the front of it and it's got a huge bit behind it. It is very small, and even from here, all of the windows and doors on the ground floor look like they've got some purple boarding. Maybe it's for sale. If you want a castle, have a look there. Right, we're heading back to the station now. You can hear a lot of dogs. What time is it? Only 2 o'clock. Bloody hell. Alright, the plan is back to Glasgow, have a little ride on the subway, back over to Edinburgh, and then hopefully over to North Berwick, and then that might be the end of what we're trying to get round to seeing today. I don't think I'm going to get to Dalmeny. Might do, I'm not sure though, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get down to Weems Bay, especially if it's on the coast and the wind's picking up here. It'll be a lot stronger over there, so I don't think I'd actually be able to get out of the station. So yeah, I'll fill in some more clips of going through this national park. At least I'm going to sit down a bit now. My knee's starting to play up. It was a bit cramped on the sleeper this morning, especially when the sort of like, I don't know if you call it a footrest or something. It was like a padded thing on the back of the wall in front of my chair. I was obviously leaning up against it, sort of perched myself like this when I was asleep. My left knee doesn't particularly like, well, doesn't like me anyway. I could sit down for half an hour, stand up, and it will be seized. And it's not really made it any better. And I'm now on 12,000 steps since about 7 o'clock something. So yeah, my knee's starting to struggle a bit, so it's a good thing I'm probably on this train for about an hour, then a very short walk to get on a subway, a little bit on a subway, short walk to Queen Street, Glasgow Queen Street, and then an hour on the train back to Edinburgh. So at least it will get a little bit of a relax, provided it's not rammed busy, which I really hope it isn't, but the train should be here in probably about 10 minutes. Right, we're at Partick, which means I get to use the subway, which is really cheap. Wait for it.
Please do not attempt to board or alight from trains when the doors are closing.
This is what you get. Which one do I want? Don't remember which one of them, because what you have for the subway is you got an inner, which goes one direction, and an outer that goes another direction. I just need to remember which one's nearest to Queen Street. I got it. Buchanan Street is next to not Liverpool Street, Glasgow Queen Street. But there we go. £1.80 anywhere on it. And with these, they've got contactless, so you just tap it. Why can't London Underground be like that? This is sort of like a paper version of an Oyster card, but it's single use. You can get returns of these and season tickets. It's very dark down here, and as you can tell from previous videos, the line is not quite full width, it's 4-foot gauge. The tube train, and also as you can tell, the platform's only like 40-50 metres long. It's weird because from where I'm stood, my head, if the platform went all the way along, my head will touch the top of that tunnel ring. Now to wait. I don't know what that is, but it's brown. And it's running all the way that way. Lovely. That could be sewage or muddy water coming up from the river. Definition of confused.com, so don't know if you can tell. Tiny little yellow notices up there. They don't say this train calls out this because it's an outer and an inner circle. They just say next, for example, outer next arrival. When I got onto the platform, it said 7 minutes for this one, and the inner was 3 minutes. Outer's now on 4, inner's still on 3. So how have I gone 3, suddenly gained 3 minutes closer to the time that the train's due, but on the inner circle it's still 3 minutes away. Weird. I can hear one coming. I kind of like to nickname them the Glasgow Worm because they just remind me of, was it Jeff the Worm from Men in Black? And they are tiny. I am taller than that train when you stand on it. I should be coming from that direction any second now. Good. You'll see how short these are properly as well. Only 3 cars, but they do get out pretty quickly. Right, where's my one? Here it comes. I can feel the pressure, the air pressure rushing towards us. And it's one of the new ones. Hoping to get one of the new ones.
Hi.
That was, well, it was nice to have the new train running. I noticed there was one running on the inner circle as well. It was really busy. But because it was the newest stock, they're slightly lower, they're a lot better designed. So actually able to stand up in it. And I'm 6'3", and I could just about stand up in it. Glasgow Queen Street. Queen Street, ScotRail 170, ScotRail 156, there's a 385 just over there. We're waiting for the one down there to leave, and then there's going to be an 8-car set of 2 385s coming into here, which will then go fast, well, semi-fast, to Edinburgh, and that's the one that we're getting. I thought at first I wouldn't be able to take this train because it's peak time, and then I remembered that ScotRail have basically stopped doing peak fares every day, all day, until I want to say the 28th of June as a trial to see how much more people they get onto the railway. So regardless of what time of day you get it at 7 in the morning, it's all off peak. So it's probably to prompt more people to come and travel by train. Makes sense, they should be travelling by train in the first place. Something's coming in. It looks like a 385. Another one. Here we are on board to Edinburgh, one of the Class 385s. They're not really well received, but I absolutely love these. I think the seats are actually pretty good. But yeah, on for an hour.
Oh, should we sit in now?
This is Dren. This train is for North Berwick. The next station is North Berwick.
And there we have it. Made it to North Berwick. Sorry I couldn't record any of the proper bits of getting here. That train was busy. Just like the train from Glasgow to Edinburgh was busy. We're talking really, really busy to the point where it was an 8-coach train and I was right at the front just before the first class section and it was full. Pretty much all the way up until Edinburgh, like all the seats were taken. Then saw that this one was 13 minutes after I left. Had to nip over to one of the gift shops to get my girlfriend a Nessie. And then I was like, crap, got to get the train. Quickly bought a ticket, and then ran over to find, what was it? A 6-coach? A 6-coach formation of Class 385s, all packed. I've only been here once, and I was like, I really like it here. I need to come again. And the last time I went, I can't remember if it was this sort of time where it's starting to get dark or if it's during the summer, but I want one of those. The train was like completely empty. Like I remember getting the train there and I think there must have been about 6 people on board. Right, down to the coast. It's really quiet. This is eerie, considering, what time is it? It's 10 to 6. It's really quiet. It's so eerie. Probably got 5-10 minutes worth of walking. I found it. Wasn't 5 minutes. I thought I had to walk all the way down that way, and literally after saying 5-10 minutes, walked 15-20 feet, and I noticed that I can see the finish line. Right, we've just walked across the West Links putting green. The finish line. Oh, there it is. Listen to the waves. My GoPro's about to die, so I better switch over in a second. Oh, we've got proper sandy beaches here. One last thing to record on the GoPro before I switch over to the DSLR. That sign over there. And here we are. We have made it to North Berwick, West Links, where golf has been played since the 17th century. Keep a lookout for stray golf balls struck by golfers who may not be able to see you. The shout of 4 is a warning of imminent danger. And there we have it, North Berwick Beach. So we've done, let's see, we've done the Royal Mile, we've done Edinburgh Castle, we've done a tiny bit on the Glasgow subway, and we also did Loch Lomond up at Berwick. And to finish it off, North Berwick Beach. I'm so glad I actually got to come back here. I was hoping to go to Dalmeny to get a video in front of the Fork Bridges and to Weems Bay, because last time I went there it was a heavy storm and I genuinely could not leave the train station, it was that heavy. So, but obviously it's getting dark now. This is why I was so adamant about getting here to see this one last time before I obviously go back into Edinburgh and then get the Caledonian Sleeper back down to London. I'm so glad I got to see this just as it was starting to get dark though. I'm going to take a few pictures of this, just sort of relax a bit. I mean, it's 3 minutes past 6. And more importantly, it is a proper sand beach. Not like you get at Brighton or anything like that. It is proper sand. Like, obviously, if you were to bring one of those like castle building things, you know what I mean. I could genuinely make a sandcastle here. It makes me think, in the 29 years, I've never built a sandcastle as far as I'm aware. Yeah, I'm going to let you enjoy a little bit of this before I end the video. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I'm trying to get to the 1,000 subscriber mark so I can then at least potentially start making a little bit of money off YouTube, because I do want to do this in my spare time. Comment what you thought about it. Comment where, if you've been to any of these places before as well, what your thoughts of it. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you from me, and I'll see you next time.